you, Tammy Sue Bakker. We have a great guest today that you don't want to miss minute of today's broadcast.
It's exciting.
It is a special group of people that is very difficult to get. And we have Lisa. Lisa Hill is the president of Global Health and Home and a former trauma nurse. And she is a successful entrepreneur and product developer for our ministry and others, but she is an amazing person.
Yes.
We also have with us back today Mike Hammond, who is the co-founder of Signal Relief. And then we have Dr. Beth Dupree, is a renowned breast cancer surgeon and has won numerous awards for her medical work. She's a sought-after teacher of new surgical technologies and travels nationally and internationally, educating surgeons on the latest and greatest surgical procedures.
Wow.
So welcome to our program, Lisa Hill, Dr. Beth Dupree, and Mike Hammond.
Welcome, everybody.
Lisa, how did you become involved with Signal Relief products?
Well, you just said it. You said that I am a seeker of great products, and I've been in this field for almost 30 years, and every once in a while, I am blessed to be able to be introduced to a product that I believe is going to revolutionize the way that we seek, let's say, assistance for our overall daily discomfort. So when I came across this wonderful company with these wonderful products, I seriously couldn't live without it. And I will tell you, I wear this particular product every day. I wouldn't be caught without it. And I'm so excited to be able to introduce it to everybody watching this show. I love you guys.
We're glad to have you on the show today. We work with you all the time, and we just love your enthusiasm. But you believe in the patch, and our partners, they are ordering them
and using them.
Yes. Michael, we're glad to see you again. But the Signal Relief patch, what is the technology behind the product?
So the Signal Relief patch is a super-powered antenna. The inventors, the original inventors, patented this technology as an antenna that they built for the military. So they were tasked with building an antenna that was rugged and durable and reliable, but also small enough to be worn on the uniform of a soldier, so that they didn't have to carry around that 6-foot antenna with the backpack that they used to have to carry all over the place, and they did it. And so I invested in this technology as a communication device back in 2013, and since then, the body's electrical. It works on the same frequencies, and so we've been able to tweak it. So in between these two layers of material, you have about 1 billion nanocapacitors that have been built to work with the energy field of your body. And with this patch, we basically can intercept irregularities in the body and in the energy field and pull them out, which instantly decreases discomfort. So it's this is actually one of the coolest things out there. I'm telling you, I said it last time. In my opinion, one of the biggest medical breakthroughs in 100 years, because I have never seen another product affect people's lives so easily as I have this. And so if you suffer from discomfort, any kind of discomfort, I believe this can help. And we stand behind it to the point that if it doesn't work, we give you 120 days to figure that out. And if it doesn't work, we'll give you your money back. No questions asked. This thing's amazing.
And you have the power to do that as co-founder, right?
Absolutely.
I want to show you this video right now to explain more about this amazing discovery. Let's watch this together.
I don't know what's in that thing or what it does, but it works. It really, really works.
Normally when I get up, I have to hold on to something to get up.
It does feel better.
It's like a dream. I haven't been able to do that to my shoulder for a long time.
Hi, I'm Steven, and I'm here to introduce you to a product that will change your life.
It's called the signal relief patch. Your body runs off of electricity a lot like a machine. That's right, your body is electric. Now, why is that important? Because this electricity controls every aspect of your life. Everything from moving your muscles, to taste, to touch. These electrical signals also tell you when something is hurt, like your back, head, foot, shoulder, or knee. But sometimes there's interference, kind of like static. This makes the healing process take a really long time. Enter the signal relief patch. The signal relief patch is a super antenna that works off electrical fields like your body. Meet Red and Tony, the creators of the patch.
Hi.
They originally developed communication technology for these guys. Their technology made communication much clearer and more efficient. That's right, the same antennas that were used for our military are now used to help our bodies. Now, I know that sounds a little strange, but take it from Red and Tony, it really works.
Yep.
There are countless people just like you who will say the same thing.
It gave me my life back.
I've never felt better.
It's changed my life.
It's been created to give you that life back. Grab a patch, put it on, watch it work.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Dr. Dupree, I'm so thrilled to have you here. How did you get involved with Signal Relief, and why would you come on the program today to talk about this product?
So it's pretty easy. I got involved through divine intervention. There's no other explanation. I ended up meeting with an amazing, innovative individual in Las Vegas at a conference a year ago. He asked me to be part of a documentary, and on the filming of the documentary, the individual who was interviewing me started crying when I was answering the questions about why I went into healthcare, what I think about healthcare currently. And he also figured out, because he read my book then, that I am all about healing. I am a surgeon not because I think that cutting cancer out of someone is the end of my job. I believe it's the beginning of what I do, because what we really need is healing in our world. Healthcare is broken. We have become a disease treatment and a fixing type of process, when we kind of have to rewind back to a place and figure out, that our bodies actually know how to heal. We just have to give our bodies the opportunity to heal. And I started out training in Philadelphia. I got my medical degree from Hahnemann University, did my surgical residency at Albert Einstein Medical Center, where I was taught by my surgical professors that nothing heals like cold steel. And I didn't quite stay in that energy space. I recognized that the relationships that I have with my patients, the ability that our body has to heal, and I describe it like this. When someone goes to the operating room and I cut out a cancer, I just reapproximate those tissues, and I do it very beautifully and very cosmetically, but I don't do anything else to tell the body what it needs to do to heal. The body knows what to bring in, what collagen to lay down, what acute phase reactants have to happen, how to remodel that collagen to make that tissue stronger than it ever was. And we're not taught that in medical school. We are taught that the interventions and the drugs and the things that we do are making the difference. But I believe that we've missed the mark when it comes to the fact that our body knows how to heal. We have to give it the opportunity to do so. I am an eternal skeptic. I have been introduced to numerous technologies. I actually am working with some other transformative technologies that involve energy, and energy is everywhere, and our bodies are major energy fields. And when I finished filming this documentary a few weeks ago, and I'm going to say torture texted, I was torture texted by Chad, you need to meet this guy, Mike Hammond, you need to meet this guy, Mike Hammond, and I'm trying to finish up all my surgeries. I was going away for my 60th birthday trip, and so he finally texted me like 3 times in a row, and I'm like, wow. So I texted him back, got on the phone, and he said, would you please meet this guy, Mike Hammond, from Signal Relief? And so I said, I'm going to be in Mexico. I'll be chill. I get up one morning. So I got up, and Mike and I had a phone call. And actually, Chad had sent his wife to drive from Phoenix to bring one to me in Sedona. And I've always had lower back issues. Years ago, orthopedic surgeons wanted to operate on me. And I said, thank you, but no. So I put the patch on before I left for Mexico, because usually travel is my big set off of that. And I put my little sticky patch on my lower back, went on my trip, got to Mexico, and I'm like, whoa. And I texted Mike and said, okay, let's talk. And so we got on the phone in Mexico. And this is literally 10 days ago, not even. And I said, okay, so I am like, my background is like this compared to what people live with. So I gave him some addresses of people that I love, and he FedExed several of the patches to them. And one of them happens to be one of the most important people in my life, which is my sister Amy, who's about a year and a half older than me. She loves it. And another friend, you know, I'm getting text messages like, I don't want to be hopeful because people feel as though Western medicine continues to let them down. Narcotics are addictive. They slow your GI tract. They change your mentation. And they are one of the major sources of addiction in our world right now. And so these women that I chose to be my so-called guinea pigs for this are not taking narcotics. They literally chew up Motrin every day and have to ice their backs or ice their legs. And to be able to get your life back and get bliss back in your life, I mean, bliss and joy is what this is all about. And so this is the bliss patch to me, because when I can have one of my loved ones, a friend, and now, you know, I haven't been back to my practice because I was away on my vacation, and I'm supposed to be on the East Coast right now. A lot of synchronicities, I say, gut incidents were happening at like warp speed that gave me this time that I could come out here. And I flew in last night, and Mike picked me up this morning. He goes, oh, guess what? We're going to be on TV today. I go, awesome. And so here I am. And I'm going to say I'm the neophyte to this organization. I don't jump on the ship very lightly about things. I had breakfast with Tony and Rhett because they're the inventors, and I wanted to know how they think, what their vision is. And I am really, you know, my background is in behavioral neuroscience. That's my undergraduate degree. I understand nerve transmission signals. And when I recognized that this antenna is basically, you know, I was trying to explain it to people. And what I say to them is, if you imagine you have an injury or hurt somewhere. So I did hurt myself last week. I was wearing the wrong shoes. I should have been wearing my flat Toms, but I was wearing my chunky ones in Cabo. And I literally rolled my ankle. It swelled immediately. And my friend Jody was already wearing the Jovi patch on her shoulder that you had sent me. I slapped it on my ankle. They took me home. I elevated that night, and I've been walking a couple miles a day. And it was almost too good to be true. And I kept thinking, how can this be real? And I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to know more. So here I am in Salt Lake City. And I think that I just got onto a really awesome roller coaster. And I love roller coasters. They're not scary to me at all. I love them. But here I am, and we're going to see what happens in the future, because my other love is integrative medicine. I became board certified years ago. And I believe that we are all energy. And if we can find out how to harness this technology in a way that we can get traditional Western medical doctors to understand that we have to rethink how we think about illness and disease, we have an amazing opportunity to help transform lives and give people their life back.
Doctor, you have traveled worldwide, you're international, educational, and educating surgeons on the latest and greatest techniques. Will this patch revolutionize the way you practice medicine, do you think?
I am very hopeful that we're going to be able to go through all of the appropriate steps to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we're not just putting a Band-Aid. I used to say, you know, I don't want to put a Band-Aid on a ruptured aorta. If someone's aorta is severed, you can't just put a Band-Aid on there to stop the hemorrhage. And right now, healthcare is really broken. There are a lot of people that live with chronic discomfort. They're not in a place where they have joy in their life. And when I do surgery on patients, and it takes long to recover because they're calling and asking for more narcotics, I really, you know, we now have to go through a process where every time you order a narcotic, you have to go into a database to find out if someone's had a prescription recently. And narcotics are really just temporizing the process. And so I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to do some great work and truly prove to the world that we can transform this process.
Let's listen to Vicky's story about how the patch has changed her life. Let's take a look at this.
I couldn't even lift my arm sideways that much. Now I have this much range of motion. I can move it up like this. I have a 9-month-old grandson that I can hold again.
It does feel better. And actually my range of motion is better too.
My husband's always looking for other things that we can do. And he found out about the signal patches. And he said, let's try this. I was to the point where I didn't care. It just felt like I had no life. And I started to think it would be better if I just killed myself. It was amazing. It helped to give me my life back.
So I put that thing on, and I sat there for a few minutes, and pretty soon I'm going, dang, that doesn't hurt anymore. I said, what is this?
That's pretty incredible. Could I have that back?
I don't know what's in that thing or what it does, but it works. It really, really works.
And there it is. There's nothing more
I want
powerful
you to
than a
try it.
testimony. Yeah.
It's guaranteed. You got 120 days to try it.
That's right.
If it doesn't work, just get your money back.
It's like, what do you have to lose when people live in such discomfort? I don't know if you ever have, but if you haven't, I pray you never have to. But if you do, let me just say it can be, debilitating when you're having to lay down because you're in such discomfort and
so
hurting.
you can try one of the signal relief patches. Last 2 years.
That's right.
You don't put it in the washing machine. I just keep saying that, but you don't. You just you
water
don't have
resistant,
to do that.
not waterproof.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. We have one of the Signal Relief patch for a donation of $155 to the ministry. But what we're seeing, Dad, is that those of you who are watching, you're ordering the 2-pack that we have made available, which is 2 of the Signal Relief patches for a donation of $295 to the ministry. That does include the shipping and handling. And these products are absolutely amazing. We are looking forward to even the testimonies that we're starting to hear. We're getting feedback from those of you who are starting to receive your patch, and it's absolutely amazing. That's what it's all about for this ministry, is to provide resources that will help you with the discomfort that you are struggling with.
I love what she said, Dad. Is giving me my life back. And when you think about the scripture, Jesus said, I came to give you life and life abundantly.
Yes. Amen.
We want to have that abundant life. And when I hear those words, is giving me my life back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen people that their life is gone due to discomfort in their back, in their shoulder, in their legs, in their feet. I mean, the other day I put it on inside my shoe. And I'm telling you, within minutes, the discomfort was gone. Everything that I was feeling, in the nerves, the pinching of my nerves, everything was gone. And then I put it in my pillow, inside my pillowcase. I wanted to get good night's sleep. And I want to tell you something. Within 24 hours, I woke up recharged. I woke up ready to tackle the world, come and help Mom and Dad and be on the program. But I'm telling you, when Miss Vicky said, is giving my life back, amen,
powerful.
sister. I say amen to that, because that's what it's doing.
Well, and I think it's important for everybody to understand that this is not just a one and done type deal.
Yes.
This is reusable.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Michael, isn't it a couple years reusable? Is that what you say?
Yeah, absolutely. This will work for about 2 years before. The honest truth is it will work till it wears out, but 2 years is about when those nanocapacitors will probably start to wear out. And I'll tell you, when you talk about giving people their life back, Vicky, who you just saw, was bedridden for 16 years with that discomfort. And I'll tell you, when she called me day 3 and started thanking me, she was crying. And it wasn't because the discomfort was gone. It was because she could go to her daughter's wedding, and she didn't think she'd be able to do that. And that is actually what is so amazing about this product is If we can just pull that noise out of our nervous system, it's amazing what it can do. And more important than the discomfort, you can enjoy life with your family again. I promise you, we're seeing it happen over and over and over again. Our goal is to have this in every home in the world, and you can only do that by making it super affordable, and this is.
Our orders, we're receiving a lot of doubles.
Yes, that's right.
Double orders. Well, they're ordering two of them.
Yes, that's right.
Per order.
That's right. They're ordering what we keep hearing is I'm ordering one for me, but I'm also ordering one for my spouse or a loved one in our family. You know, they don't want to share their patches. Once they start to feel the relief from the discomfort, they don't want to take it off. That's what we keep hearing. I don't want to take this patch off.
This is a true story. When Michael was with us last time, true story, I get a text message from one of our volunteers, and also she's been a partner for many, many, many years, and her husband are amazing. I get a text message that morning that the show aired with you, Michael, and Zach, and I'll tell you what, she said, Lori, and she's real expressive, so you're going to see on text message, Lori, I ordered one for myself, but my husband's going to have to get his own. And I'm like, I'm not giving him my signal relief. It was great. And and I text back, I said, why don't you go ahead and get the 2-pack so you can get one for your sweet, wonderful husband.
Michael, will you explain the testing and research behind signal relief?
We have a lot of testing and research that's going on behind it. We're really trying hard to go through the FDA process, which has taken 4 years. We have 2 universities that are involved right now in testing it. We also have clinics that we've been conducting personally inside of signal relief. And I will tell you, another thing we did is we sent it off to SGS. It's a firm that's it's actually the #1 firm in the world that specializes in analyzing the products you're using to make sure they're safe. And we passed that with flying colors. And so we're still in the middle of doing all that research, but we have years of research going on behind the product. And I'll tell you, one of the cool things about this one is we're not putting anything into the body. It's interacting with your own electrical fields. So we haven't seen any side effects to this point. And it's been really, really well received in every single testing scenario that we've put it in so far. But we still have a lot to do. And ultimately the goal is getting it through the FDA and having that stamp of approval on it.
And what results are you seeing?
This is all I can tell you. 2 weeks ago, I put out on Instagram and social media, we put out we asked everyone in the Eastern Idaho area to come to a clinic that we were conducting. We had about 500, 600 people sign up for it. We took 50 of the worst people who basically had to be 8 out of 10 in discomfort, and we had them come into our clinic. And we saw all 50 of them have a massive decrease in discomfort. And so the results are crazy. They're almost unbelievable. And that is why we're trying to bring people on with us like Dr. Dupree that can actually really help us and put us in a situation where people can believe what they're really seeing. Because I'll tell you, we gave it to 100 women that were suffering from discomfort that they have every single month, and all of them received relief. And so this is one of the things where we just said, listen, people are going to have a hard time believing that this works as well as it actually works. So let's just stand behind it. If it doesn't work for any reason whatsoever, give them their money back. But what we're actually seeing with all the testing that we're doing is that it works, and it works better than anything that I've ever heard of or seen out there. And I think that's why Dr. Dupree's with us, this is groundbreaking technology.
Garth is a family friend who has experienced tremendous discomfort in his back, shoulders, and hips. Let's listen to as Garth tells how amazing the change has been since using signal relief.
Okay, so before the patch, I have had 2 total knees completed. I have had diagnosis that my shoulder needed to be worked on as well, and then I injured my back, 40 years ago. When I walk up the stairs, it would be amazingly difficult for me to do one step, bring the other leg up, do one step, bring the other leg up. Well, our dear friend Jill came by and she says, Garth, you've got to try this. It is amazing. And I go, okay, I'll give it a whirl. I taped it to a spot on my hip where it was hurting quite a bit. And I waited for a few minutes and I said to my wife, I am amazed. I can walk upstairs again. I can tape it on wherever it hurts, and if it's my hip today or my back tonight or my shoulder tomorrow, it's wherever it ends up. It's been pretty amazing.
Lisa, you had a personal testimony with the Signal Relief Patch. Would you tell us about that?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll say that I have had many, but I kind of tested it out because I get so many things come across my desk, as you know. But what I liked about this in particular, just what the doctor said and what Michael alluded to, is that in our country today, we have the highest epidemic of opioid overdose and opioid addiction. We always say also that we don't treat, cure, or diagnose with this product, but isn't it amazing if we could offer this particular product to those families and to those individuals just to get one day of their life back, what we're all talking about? And for me, it seems very silly because I look at some of the big challenges that people are having overall, and I had worked really, really hard, and I had a lot of discomfort in my lower back going down in one leg, put it on, and this is way before Christmas, so I've been using this quite a while. And by the time I got to my destination, which was like 8.5 hours, I couldn't believe I got out of the car, walked without any discomfort whatsoever, any stiffness. I had to kind of think to myself, did I really feel that bad when I got in the car? But that's what's happening right across the board. But I love the feeling that we get after we share this. And recently I heard somebody say to me, you know, this is like a Tic Tac patch. Because, and I heard Lori say this, no matter where we are, if somebody's not feeling well or they're having this overwhelming amount of discomfort, and we say, okay, I take it off my person and I hand it to them, and I'm like handing it out like Tic Tacs. And because you know what the word says that we are supposed to live without this type of discomfort. We're made by our Creator to live the ultimate abundant life. And you guys do that every single day with your show and giving people wonderful hope in the areas that they so desperately need it. So again, this is just a tool that we can help people to live their ultimate life and really get their life back. So
what would you tell people why they should use the patch?
I believe that there's people watching today that are probably saying, I've tried everything and nothing is working for me. And we know that in many situations they have to ingest something, or they take a risk because maybe the medication isn't going to do well for their body. So what I tell people basically is that I have come across this fantastic breakthrough in technology that it uses your own body's, your own innate, the ability of the body to heal itself at the same time to bring, we talk about bringing peace to the body, getting rid of the negative energy around us and absorbing that chaotic energy. And so I tell everybody, just try it. Put it on your person. You might have to move it around a little bit to the areas that you find might be bringing you the greatest, area of discomfort. But just try it and keep it on for 72 hours. If they have the, whatever level, 1 to 10 or whatever it might be, I tell people, don't just leave it on for one day. Leave it on for 72 hours and then see how you feel. And also, one thing I also want to touch upon, Pastor Jim, is that it comes with adhesives, but, I have 3 boys, 39, 37, and 33, and they don't use the adhesives. So I tell them, put it in your pocket, keep it in your front pocket, back pocket, just keep it on your person, because I know how it's going to make them feel overall. So I just make it super simple and tell people to try. You don't have to put anything into your body. And by the way, it's nothing that's even, dermal, so it doesn't go through your skin, but it changes the way that the energy of your body responds.
Dr. Dupree, how do you explain the way our bodies are responding to this technology?
So, Pastor Jim, thank you. I'm a board certified surgeon, and I'm also board certified in integrative medicine. In addition, I have studied multiple forms of energy healing and neuroscience. And if people don't understand that our bodies are electrical, they've never had an EKG. When you put EKG pads on, you can see the pattern of your heart as it comes across, and it can help us to diagnose heart attacks when we see changes in that EKG pattern. So that is the easiest way for me to tell people what the electrical signal is that's going through their body that they can all absolutely resonate with. They understand that. So when you think about the heart as an electrical organ, we also have miles and miles and miles of nerve fibers that course through our body. Some of those nerve fibers have connectors called synapses, which are mediated or are made to work with chemicals, and other synapses are electrical synapses, and the electrical synapses go back and forth. They run both ways. So if you have an area where you are your body, let's say like me, when I fell and twisted my ankle, I immediately got that severe pain, went from my ankle up to my brain to the point that it took my breath away and made me almost pass out because that was so intense. And what we do typically in Western medicine is give a pill for that discomfort. We give a pill for that discomfort that you feel, because discomfort that takes your breath away is pretty significant. And when you can take that process and allow that signal to have another way to exit your body. So if you're in a traffic jam on a freeway, and you know that you're trying to get to this destination, which might be the brain down there at the end of that highway, and there's a shorter pathway, there's an exit that you could take to get off the highway. Think of the patch as an exit point where that nerve fiber, that nerve signal, can send that signal elsewhere, so it's not being fed back to your brain where you're constantly getting that loop of signals, and so you're breaking that pathway. When we do surgery, and before I make an incision into the skin, we can use local anesthesia so that we can block those fibers and people have less postoperative pain. So what I'm doing is stopping that signal from going to the brain to alleviate that discomfort during surgery, even before I make that skin incision. So it's that type of an effect where if you can circumvent that pathway, that neural pathway, and make that signal go to a different place or the point of least resistance, that to me is how this is working, because it's not, my brain is no longer feeling discomfort coming from that nerve fiber. That discomfort signal has gone out through the patch. And the reason why we've been talking this morning so much about, why it's important for us to go through the FDA, although it's an affordable device at this point for a lot of individuals, if we can get to the point where the insurance companies will cover the cost of this, then it's become available to so many more people. And so that's the real reason why, we need to do the research and finish this to get to that point, because no one should live with discomfort, because discomfort in your life leads to, if your body has discomfort, that leads to discomfort in your brain. And if your brain has discomfort, that leads to discomfort in your heart. And when your life and your body is out of balance, you don't get to have bliss and joy in your life every day, and we all deserve that.
So good. What an excellent explanation.
Oh, I got so much I want to ask.
You help us understand it. And I have my signal relief on my back right now. I love it. I'm like Lisa now. Like I don't live without it now. Like it's on my body every single day. And when I just heard that testimony, which was the first time a little bit ago with Garth, and he talked about putting it on his hips, I was like, wait a minute. Yes. I need to do that because I have hip discomfort in my mid 60s now, and I'm going to do that now. I mean, I just thought, oh my goodness, it's endless the ways that we can.
Well, you
use
could just
this.
slip that in your back pocket.
Yeah, I have it on my back right now. But I'm thinking about all this other discomfort I have that I kind of forget about sometimes.
I have it in my lower back right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna. I just put it in while I was on the show because I have back problems sometimes,
Well, I'm
just because I sit in these chairs.
This is for everyone that plays sports. This is everyone that walks. This is for everyone that breathes. This has no limit. This is, for me, next to the Bible, this is probably one of the most important products we've ever brought to you, because it listen, I think of all the missionaries that are walking. I think of all the evangelists traveling. I think of all the pastors and preachers that we know that live in discomfort. Listen, you want to give somebody a blessed day, get them this gift of hope. This is what hope does to you. It brings a smile back to you.
Try it.
Yes, that's it. You have to try it.
There's commercial, try it, you'll like it.
Yes.
But I've never seen anybody not like it.
That's right.
Is that right?
It's amazing, the testimonials of how it's just helping people. That's our goal, is we want to help you. And so right now we've been hearing from Dr. Beth, from Mike, from Lisa, but right now we want you to order the patch. If you haven't already, or maybe you already have received yours, you can order another one today, but order it. One Signal Relief patch offer for a donation of $155 to the ministry. That does include the shipping and handling. Remember, this is a cost-effective product, fast-acting, 100% drug-free, and it's reusable for up to 2 years. That's one Signal Relief patch for a $155 donation to the ministry, or better yet, the 2-pack, which is 2 patches, 2 Signal Relief patches for a donation of $295 to the ministry.
People are giving them to their friends.
They absolutely are, yeah.
You talk to everybody that's on the show. Lisa, you give them out to people all the time, and the team gives them out, but it's just that the minute somebody says, I have this discomfort, oh, I've got the patch.
Yes.
Well, you want to try the patch,
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it be good for people to get a double pack or something, and then give one away, give one of the patches to somebody? Can you imagine helping somebody that quick and that amazing to be able to bless them?
That's $295 to the ministry, and that does include the shipping and handling in that offer.
So what you receive in this offer, and I don't know if we explained it exactly to you, is you receive one patch, if you order one patch, 3 adhesives, and 1 case.
That's
and
right.
It'll come just like this, in this beautiful packaging.
And you store it in the case, because that's where you take care of it when you're not using it.
Yeah, I just keep mine right there on my dressing table, and I just wear it. Yeah, put it on in the morning, and it's all right in here for you. So it's beautiful the way it's put together.
What's in that little booklet there? Is there any little instructions or what to do?
Yes, that's your instructional manual right there that is included to help you, give you ideas of how to use the product and what to do.
Okay, I want to know, Doctor, why do you recommend the Signal patch as a great, renowned surgeon, cancer surgeon and all? And why do you recommend the Signal Relief patch?
Because I think that we are just barely scratching the surface in Western medicine right now. Over the last 100 years, we have become medical interventionalists. We continue to look for slightly different changes in the way that we do things. I often talk about in breast cancer care, when I started almost 30 years ago, every woman got a mastectomy. They all got the exact same operation. And over the course of the last 25 years, almost everything that I did 25 years ago, I do not do the same way now. And one of the things that you have to recognize is that when transformative technologies come into your path, and I've been on a healing journey. I wrote a book in 2006 called The Healing Consciousness, A Doctor's Journey to Healing. I am on a journey every single day in my life as a physician. And when I talked to Mike on the phone, I said to him that, I can continue to, I am a really good surgeon. Like I do, if God forbid anyone needs breast cancer surgery, I will be there to take care of them in Sedona right now. I do a really good job with the cancer surgery, but it's the healing aspect of healthcare that I believe that we really need to shift our focus to, because if I cut out someone's cancer and they sit in their home in whatever kind of discomfort they're in, with their lights off in the kitchen, waiting for cancer to come back because of whatever reason. I've done a job as a surgeon, but I've not done my job, which is my soul's purpose, which is healing. And when I think about healthcare in 2021, coming out of a year of COVID, a year where a lot of diseases have progressed because people haven't sought care because of the fear of COVID, I look at the healthcare crisis that we have with the opioids. It is one of our biggest issues we deal with. I look at mental health, which so much of mental health comes from beginning that process. If someone has chronic discomfort, they're looking to medicate that discomfort, whether it's drugs, alcohol, narcotics, you name it. And to be able to be involved with a company that literally has thought outside the box. This is something that sometimes if things are too good to be true, maybe they're not too good to be true. Maybe they're just the tip of the transformation iceberg of healthcare. And I have been a positive disruptor in every single health system that I have ever been part of. I always look to, the most important thing to me is what are my patients' outcomes, not just from is their cancer gone, but are they living with chronic discomfort? Are they living with sadness in their life? Are they afraid to move on off that cliff to a new place where they can find happiness and bliss? And, if I stay in my world of cancer care and only do cancer care, I will take great care of this small microcosm of women and inspire other doctors around the world to do that same thing. But because there is a greater, higher purpose, I believe, in what we're doing in healthcare now, we have to shift the focus and the conversation back to meaningful doctor-patient relationships. And we need to start getting to the source of discomfort, not just treating the symptoms. And that's why I changed my plans and canceled my flights and flew into Utah last night and kind of called everybody. My friends on the East Coast were going to have a little birthday party for me this week. I was going to a Toby Keith concert down in Florida, and that got canceled. So that was so Toby Keith is always going to be my space holder now, because that concert was the reason I was doing all this. And when it got canceled till December, I said, well, God clearly had another plan for me. There was some divine intervention, and it became the natural process to come here and learn everything I can, because I like I said, I'm in kindergarten when it comes to signal relief, but I'm not in kindergarten when it comes to discomfort, because I live in a world of healthcare that we really are broken in a lot of ways. And I think that just being able to, I've gone out on a limb in the past of my life, becoming an integrative medicine doctor and pushing for health and wellness and nutrition and all the aspects of caring for our bodies. And I've said that, in this last year of 2020, what we've learned about COVID is, people who live with a lot of inflammation, whose lifestyles have been very unhealthy, did worse with COVID. They were not prepared for that virus to come and hit our world. And so now we have to kind of rethink everything in healthcare about how do we stay our healthiest and our best. And if I'm able to be part of a transformative technology that can, alleviate discomfort in a lot of ways, I'm all in, because I'm about healing, and that's why I'm on this journey.
Beth, I love it that you're about healing.
Yes.
Here you are, you're a surgeon, but yet, Dr. Beth, you're about healing. You're about wellness. You're about nutrition, and it is so important. And that's why, like you said, you're kindergarten in this, and we are too. And yet, the testimonies that are coming through are, like you said earlier, Nana, that it's cost effective, it's fast acting.
Yes.
That's why we have the testimonies already.
Yes.
And we're getting more and more.
I had a stroke a year ago now, almost.
Yeah.
And if anyone understands all the things surrounding that, it'll, like when she does her surgery, the person has to get well. They have to do a lot, and so she's a total doctor.
Absolutely.
For the total person.
Yes,
And
I love that.
When I had the stroke, it's taken a year to get to where I am today. But now I've had, suffering from a stroke, but I'm getting better.
Yeah.
And I need attention to the whole man.
That's absolutely
Because I have headaches sometimes and all the different parts and everything. So I'm going to use the patch myself more. We have one more story before we leave today from Pat, who's another family friend that I think many of our partners can relate to. Could we roll that and let's hear from her?
Before the patch, I had a lot of lower back discomfort. Back in high school, I fell and broke my tailbone, and then later slipped on the ice and fell and broke it again. And so it's always been a tender spot. I like to sew. Actually, I sew for a living. I make minky blankets. I spend a lot of hours hunched over the sewing machine. Sometimes my shoulders would grip up, so as I'm sewing and as I'm lifting, it would go from my shoulders down into my lower back. I would have to kind of stop and stand up and stretch it out quite a bit. I just thought it was always going to be that way. So when I heard about the patch, I was pretty excited to try it, and I had to shuffle it around a little bit to get it between my hips and my center of my lower back. But it didn't take very long to figure out how great it felt. Later, I realized that if I put it on before I sewed, even though I wasn't hurting, I didn't hurt. I also tried sleeping with it in my pillowcase. I didn't wake up with the stiffness. So it just works.
Wow, Mike, those stories from people who have received tremendous help through the Signal Relief Patch are so powerful. Mike, we appreciate you helping develop this product, to being here with us today. One more thought. I think people are kind of bashful sometimes with somebody suffering discomfort. And you could just, the simplest thing is try the patch.
Yes.
And we guarantee it. You guarantee it. I mean, I would tell you honestly, if you didn't guarantee it from your company, that if it doesn't work, you get your money back. Because it's different. It's different than medication, where it's a signal. But Dr. Dupree, what you study alternative medicines and all different kinds of things. I mean, you just study it all, and you're just looking for answers. But what really, in your estimation, is the part of this that's different and made you interested?
So I study integrative medicine. Alternative medicine is a term that I don't like to use because it sounds like it's in deference to Western medicine. The reason that I study integrative medicine, and the reason why I believe that this technology has such promise, is that it's not going into your body and doing anything to the actual nerve fibers or changing the neurotransmitters themselves. All it's doing is giving the signal a different pathway to leave your body so that your body's natural healing abilities can begin. And we know that chronic discomfort and that feedback loop, it feeds itself. And I know in my patients postoperatively, if I do a good job intraoperatively relieving that postoperative discomfort, and we use different medications to do that, when they wake up in the recovery room and they don't have discomfort, then I can manage it straight along the line. But if someone has horrible discomfort, it takes a lot of Western medicine intervention, a lot of narcotics, a lot of other things to be able to break that cycle. And I think that Signal is breaking the cycle before it can even completely go off the skids. Because once you've gone down that rabbit hole of suffering or chronic discomfort, it takes a lot to come back from that. When my patients come out of surgery and have no discomfort because I am able to help, and I figured that out, like I figured out how to do that surgically. And so we have to take some of those things we know from that aspect of what I know from my surgical profession. And now I want to take that and say, how does this all fit into Signal and how is this all working? Because I'm hoping to come back to you in a month or so and have a lot of great answers for you. Had this technology not helped alleviate discomfort in people that I love and are so near and dear to my heart, I wouldn't be sitting on this couch having this conversation with you. So that should tell you right now that although I will not be able to give you all the answers you want, and right now I'm hoping that I can come back and give you a very succinct answer to every single question you have, and hopefully do the same thing with the FDA so that we can take a transformative technology and allow it to transform how discomfort is dealt with in the world.
It's so great to have you here.
Yes.
Your knowledge is terrific.
Right.
Just really, really touches my life.
Yes.
I just love you so much already. So
Yes.
my first time to meet. But I want to hear from a young man who tried Signal Relief. He was a skateboarder, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's watch this.
I was kind of doubting it at first. I was like, no way. Like, maybe my ankle just feels better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Evan Smith, I'm 29, and I love skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since I was 10 years old. Over the years, yeah, they've been hurting. Like, it would hurt to get out of bed the next morning, and it'd be like that, you know, just about every day. I saw this patch on Instagram, saw a friend post something about it, and I was just like, all right, let's do it. Like, I have nothing to lose. Like, if anything, it'll help me out. And so I just threw it on. I have my foot up like this. I was on the bed, put it on my right ankle, and I was like rolling it, and I was like, I was kind of doubting it at first. I was like, no way. Like, maybe my ankle just feels better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting down, so I didn't have that pressure on it, you know, anymore. So I had my foot up, and I was like, okay, maybe it works, you know, right? And then I did the same thing to my left ankle. Threw my leg up, put it on, and I was just like, dude, it works. And then I just remember sleeping on it the first night, or sleeping with it the first night. And I woke up the next morning and my ankle felt like, it felt new. It was weird, like, I don't even know how to explain it because it was like, my ankles hadn't felt that way in such a long time. I only have one patch, but I plan on getting another one. So yeah, I would definitely spend that amount of money for this patch, like, just because I know it works.
It's good to hear. It's
That's
good to
new.
hear from the younger generation that even they experience
new.
discomfort.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot my 20s, but I guess probably went through some discomfort. I don't know. Yeah.
Our time's gone today already.
Yeah.
And we want you to order now. Don't put it off.
Exactly.
If you give it a try, if you've been having discomfort in any part of your body,
yes,
from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you can put it
Literally.
It's so
It's
amazing.
this kid putting it in his
Well, what's incredible,
ankle.
Jim, is the technology, and that's
That's it.
what's really excellent. And
Yes.
I believe this is what Dr. Dupree has helped us understand today, is the technology a little bit more. And thank you so very much for sharing with us. And I can't wait for you to come back and be with us. But everybody needs to call right now and order your Signal Relief and get it on your body ASAP. So call us at 1-888-988-1588 or go to the website, jimbakkershow.com. I strongly recommend getting the two if you can, because like Lisa, like me, like anybody else, once you use it, then what's going to happen is you're going to want to give it to your loved ones, the ones you love, the ones you cherish, and you don't want to see them walking around in discomfort.
Yes,
It's almost seems like it's like that. It's like the skateboarder Evan just said. It's almost too good to be true. But I love what Dr. Dupree said earlier. Sometimes they say things are too good to be true, but maybe they are true. Maybe
that's right.
that was excellent. So call us right now and order and get your Signal Relief ASAP and try it.
Well, my book will be out in a little over a month now. I guess it is.
We're
Isn't that
excited.
right? And we have a new title today. That's kind of funny, but they all the group has voted. You vote in on it?
I voted in, yes.
So here's the new title. It's the one I picked first.
That's
It
right.
really
You
is.
can make it. And this is really the story of how this family made it through the valley of shadow of death. So I just want you to know it's coming out July 4th, so don't order it now. But it is a powerful book, most powerful book I think I've ever written. And I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm going to tell you today, you can make it.
Amen.
And don't forget, you can use credit cards now. Back with credit cards or cash or check or whatever you want to do at all. And what's the number to call?
Call us at 1-888-988-1588 or go to the website, jimbakkershow.com. You can still write us at P.O. Box 7330, Branson, Missouri, 65615.
God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye. We want to thank our guests for being with us, Dr. Beth Dupree, Lisa Hill, and Mike Hammond.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Call us.